Yo, what's up team? I'm back in the building and I can't wait to get into this movie review. Before I do that though, I gotta give a big shout out to my boy Cecil for sending me this epic t-shirt of All Might and Deku side by side. I love this shirt. This shirt is fire, and I was thinking to myself, what a perfect shirt to wear for this movie review of My Hero Academia 2 Heroes. You get it? 2 heroes side by side. Thank you, Cecil. I love this shirt. Let's talk about this movie. Let's get into this script. This was a very bland script. I'm gonna have to break it down for you guys so you guys can understand where I'm coming from. I'm gonna give you the pros and cons. Let's talk about the pros. The script did a dope introduction for those who don't know about My Hero Academia. And it kind of put everybody on track on what the show and what this movie's about to be about. And I love that. I was like, okay, it's not just for the My Hero Academia hardcore fans to come watch this. Anybody could watch this movie and get the gist of what this movie's about. Bravo. Because I know a lot of movies don't do that. When they're based off a TV show, they kind of just get in and you're like, okay, if you didn't watch the show, you're assed out. But they did a good explanation of what the show and what this movie's gonna be about. And I love that. I love the Deku and All Might friendship and brotherhood and or big brother, you know, big brother All Might, little brother Deku. I love that in this script. It really made you feel some type of way when you see those two together. It was like, wow, this is great. I see where they're going with this. I love the plot of the movie. I was like, okay, this is dope. This is really dope. This movie was really going somewhere for me, especially in the very beginning. I was like, oh, I was like, shoot, this is dope. I was sitting in that audience, you know what I mean? I'm like, this is really cool. But what makes this movie so bland, the cons of this movie, is the unnecessary stuff that happens for no reason. And the number one thing was Class 1A, baby. Oh my gosh, I hate to say that. I love Class 1A, but when you throw that class in this movie, you clash with the plot. You clash with Deku and All Might. You clash with what I was finna get from these two characters, and you're giving me all this Bakugo Todoroki, which is tight. I ain't gonna lie. It's cool to see. And I'm gonna talk about that in the directing. It's cool to see, but it's not needed. I don't need to see Gravity Girl, man. I don't need to see Grapehead. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to see those characters. They're not needed in this movie because this movie tells me it's about 2 heroes, not Class 1A. And it kind of did a 360 and made the movie about Class 1A, including Deku, and less All Might. And I was bummed. That's what makes the script so bland. But the directing redeems that. Because I'm gonna say the director name is Kenji Nagasaki. Hope I said it right. His directing was amazing because throughout the Class 1A we got amazing action scenes. We got a chance to see the characters kind of use their powers a little bit more freely. We also got to see dope scenes between Deku and All Might that made you feel some type of way. Had you kind of like feeling like you want to cry. I think the girl next to me was crying, yo. Like she felt something and I felt it too. I just didn't cry. I felt it too though. And it was a scene in there. It was a lot of them though. It was a lot of scenes, but it was one part where Deku was in action, all this stuff, and All Might told Deku, don't drop that smile. I was like, oh, it killed me inside. I was like, wow, that was powerful. And it was things like that that the directing, it kind of held the script up. You know what I mean? It was like, okay, cool. But the script was failing because every time you get something like that into the very, very end, Class 1A clashed with it and it was like, freak, you took it away from me. That's the directing and script. It was kind of hand in hand. The directing kept it up because he was able to direct the powerful bond between All Might and Deku, but then the script threw in Class 1A and kind of made it just all bland. The directing was cool though. The action was amazing when they got to it, but Class 1A again was unnecessary. It was like, why is this here? Like, I need to see more Deku All Might, you know what I mean? The music's always dope. the music is always dope because it's so impactful. You know what I mean? When you hear All Might's music, you feel heroic. You know what I mean? When you hear Villain's music, you feel like some shit's finna go down, and I love that. The music is really cool. What else? The voice acting, amazing. You couldn't even tell it was a dub. Like, that's what makes it so dope. You couldn't even tell it was a dub. It was so on point, baby. I was like, wow, they've really come a long ways with these dubs. Because I remember back in the day, dubs used to be like, you know, I'll say this, and then I'll say that. And then you'd be like, no, F you, you motherfreaker. I can't give 2 cents. You know what I mean? Now the dub is like on point, and I really appreciate that. The audience experience was different. Because I was in an audience full of anime lovers, especially My Hero Academia fans. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to keep it 100. It was kind of whack. Because they cheered for everything. It was like, dude, okay, that's Todoroki. You know who he is. And they cheered when people were talking. Like, when it was one thing, the audio was whatever. Like, they could have did better on the audio. But it was like they were cheering every time they seen a character. And it was like, damn, man, I'm trying to hear what he's saying. I gotta go watch this movie again. Like, I gotta go watch it at home because I know I missed a lot of dialogue because they were cheering and they were talking. They were so infatuated with the characters. They were, oh my God, Todoroki! Ah! I'm like, fuck, shut up, nigga, damn. All right, I get it. But every time he showed up, fuck, like, you're killing me. The anime community is OP, baby. They take shit to another level. I love the passion. I love the support. But sometimes you got to tone it down, especially when we're trying to hear what this movie, what was going on in dialogue. That was just, it was a kind of weird experience. But it didn't take away from the movie for me. Because I sat close enough where I could still hear. But at the same time, it was like, damn, man, you're really draining me right now.
By the look on my face, if I'm looking at you and I'm not blinking, if I'm like this. Nigga!
Now let's grade My Hero Academia 2 Heroes. Even though the script was very bland, it still had redeeming qualities in the script. I enjoyed the directing. I thought the directing was amazing. How I was able to see that bond between Deku and All Might, the very beginning and the introduction, the very end of the film was really amazing, very touching, made me feel some type of way. The music was gravitating, made me feel like a hero when I saw All Might and you felt things in this movie. But the script took so much away from that by giving me the forced class 1A, and it made it feel like a big filler. However, the movie is rewatchable, and I really would watch this movie again. In fact, I'll probably buy it. It's very rewatchable because I like the show. It still gave me my hero, but when you look at the title, The Two Heroes, you're expecting so much more, but you don't get it because they do that fillers. And I gotta be fair about this. I'm gonna give My Hero Academia 2 Heroes a C+ because of that filler stuff, man. It just took so much away from the All Might Deku bond, and it just gave me all that.
He ain't lying.
Hope you guys enjoyed the review. I want to give a big shout out to my boy Cecil once again, Team J3, and my Patreon family for holding me down. Thumbs this video up, and don't forget to subscribe to J3 Entertainment. J3 out.